This time around, we're going to just make a basic kind of beginning snake object. So if you see, there is a goal, and you can press the keys to change its direction, down, left, or right, up, over. And when you hit the goal, nothing happens. This is okay, and it can just go off the bottom. It'll come back up in a little bit here. We're not going to deal. This is all we want to have happen after this video. Okay. So you're going to be editing the snake object. Now, the snake object and adding the snake to the game panel class. So the snake needs to know a few things. There's a to-do at the top of the snake object that says create the fields. It needs to know its X and Y position, its color, its size, and its speed. It also needs to have 4 booleans to keep track of motion, up, down, left, and right. So create those fields, private fields, initialize them to some initial value. I have the X and Y coordinates set at 0, 0. You can do whatever. I think I have the initial speed set to 3. You can do whatever, create whatever color you want, size, doesn't matter. And then we're going to do a couple other things. So the update method is actually already done at this point for you. And then we're just going to ignore the update tail method right now, so don't worry about that. Under set position, this method needs to implement this method. It should just pay attention to the 4 booleans. So if the boolean called up is true, you should subtract speed from y, etc. So you should pay attention to the 4 different booleans in set position. You also need to implement the draw method. So implement this, draw it at a specific place. I guess I don't even need to leave you a note there. So draw the object, set the value, set the color of G to whatever this object's color is, and draw some shape at a particular location. Remember, this is the snake now, so you can have it be ovals if you like. It'll look a little funky. No, I don't know, that might look good. And it'll be kind of like a centipede. But this one you need to do this key pressed, and we can ignore turn. At key pressed, we're listening to so the way this method works is the panel class will send over, it has all the listeners, right? So it's going to call snake.keyPressed in its listeners, okay, right over here. We're going to do that in a minute. So it's going to send over the value of the key that was pressed in this integer called k. So you need to, this is a really important one, implement this method such that if k equals if the person presses up, the snake should go up. Unless it was going down, it shouldn't turn directly back on itself. So it should go up unless it's going down. And it should go, if they press left, it should turn left unless it's going right at the time. And it should only be able to go one direction at once. So it should only be able to go up and, up and not the other directions, right and not the other directions. It shouldn't be able to go kitty corner. If you want to make that game, you can, but in the classic snake game, it's only able to go in one cardinal direction at once. So implement the method such that the snake can go in one cardinal direction at once. It should also not be able to turn back on itself, because that would result in a loss. So we just, that's just not an interesting situation. So prevent people from being able to turn the snake back on itself and go directly back over where it's already come. So if it's moving to the right, it should not be able to jump and go directly to the left. And okay, I think that's enough for the snake class. Yeah, we'll handle collisions in a different video. So at this point, head back over to the game panel class, and you need to add the snake to the fields. So declare it in the fields. Then you need to initialize it in the init method. The snake equals new snake. Then you need to, you don't ever need to do anything to this play game method. Then under draw entities, you should now be drawing the goal, and you should, I'll change that in subsequent videos. I'll have this method updated to where you need to be. You should be drawing the goal, and you should be drawing the snake, and then in create image in memory you should already be drawing the background and drawing the entities. And so really what you need to do, you need to you need to also update the snake. So you need to update the snake, make sure you're drawing it in draw entities, and then under key pressed you need to send key presses to the snake. So you need to say like the snake.keypressed and then send e.getKeyCode. Remember, that's how we get the actual key code, the numeric representation of the key that was pressed. And once you do all those things, unless I'm forgetting something, again, your snake object should do this. There should be a goal popping up on the screen, and you should be able to navigate a little shape around the screen, whichever shape you have chosen. That's it for this video.